Welcome to your Detox and Digest Flow class. Today we're going to do a lot of twisting of the core, compression, and really wring out and get things moving. So whenever you're ready, let's meet in downward facing dog. So starting with the hands about shoulder distance apart, feet are going to be about hip distance apart. And just start to pedal it out, bending one knee and then the other. And then we'll start to shift the body weight side to side. So shifting the weight into the left foot and into the right, just rocking side to side here with the hips. Let's go ahead and lift up the right leg, sweep it up, bend it at the knee, open up three-legged dog. Gaze can even come under that right shoulder. And then we're going to cross and crunch. Right knee is going to come to the left elbow, a little tap here. Open back up on the inhale, three-legged dog. Sweep that leg up and open, knee stays bent. Cross and crunch, knee to the left elbow, little tap. Last time, opening up, three-legged dog. And then crossing and crunching. This time, knee comes to center, gaze forward. Gently place the foot between the hands. Let the back knee come to the earth. Uncurl the toe. We'll reach the arms all the way up, finding this Kapotasana, low lunge. You can interlace the fingers at the top, releasing the pointer finger and thumb. And then begin to sink the hips forward and down. Lifting the heart. We won't be here for long. Maybe a little pressure into the top of that back foot. And then hands come to the heart center. Let's take a twist to the right. So hooking that left elbow over the right knee. Press the palms together. Maybe spin the gaze behind you. Release, come back to center. Frame the front foot. Curl the back toe under. Lift the knee, straighten the front leg. Modified pyramid here. Leading with the chin in the chest. Bow forward. Plant the left hand. Right arm reaches up. Revolved pyramid. And then right hand comes back to frame that front foot. Little bend into the back knee. Actually, big bend into the back knee. Let's bring it to a hover and stretch out the top of that front foot. So toes stay onto the earth. Lean forward. And now we'll use the body weight to shift forward into the top of the mat. Left toes meet the right. Fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Now bring the hands interlaced in front of the body, shifting the weight into the left foot. Bring the right knee up to a 90 and then hook the interlaced hands around that knee. Half wind reliever standing, really pull that right knee into the chest, finding that compression into the hips, maybe even into the belly. Left hand's going to stay connected with that right knee. As you take the right hand, bring it behind you, twisting to the right. Come back to center. Hands are going to come heart center, shifting the weight into warrior three. So tipping forward and then using just this as a transition, gently letting that right foot come to the earth. Big bend into that left knee. Reach the arms all the way up. And then again, hands come back to the heart as we take a little twist to the left this time. Right elbow connects with the left knee. Twist. Frame the front foot. Step back. Downward facing dog. Again, those little shifts back and forth with the hips side to side. And then other side, left leg lifts, bend it at the knee, open up the hip, three-legged dog. Maybe gaze under that left shoulder. And then cross and crunch. Little tap on that right elbow. Open up, inhale, three-legged dog. Little tap as you cross and crunch. Last time, opening up. Exhale, cross and crunch, little tap. Knee comes to center. Gently place the foot between the hands. Let that back knee come to the earth. Uncurl the toe. Arms sweep all the way up. Interlace at the top. Feel free to interlace and hook the opposite fingers in front. So it might feel a little bit funny here. Sinking hips forward and down. Press the top of the back foot into the earth. And then hands come to the heart. Let's take that twist. This time hooking the right elbow over the left knee. Press those palms together as much as you can. Maybe the gaze spins behind you. Come back to center, frame the front foot, curl the back toe under, back knee lifts, straighten the front leg, bow forward. We hollow out the belly here, drawing that left hip back, right hip hugs forward. Plant the right hand, left arm reaches up, maybe the gaze lifts too. Left hand comes back to frame that front foot, deep bend into that right knee as you stretch out the top of that left foot. And then little rock here as we shift forward to the top of the mat, right meets the left foot. Inhale, halfway lift, big fold. Reach, stand tall, inhale all the way up. Interlace, pull the hands down. Shift the weight into the right foot. Hook the hands around that left knee. Pull the knee into the chest, finding this half wind reliever. Right hand stays connected. Left arm reaches behind you. Find your balance. Hands come back to the heart into prayer, shifting forward as you gently send that left leg behind you, finding your crescent lunge, left toes softly reach the earth, reach the arms all the way up. Hands come to the heart. We'll take that twist. This time, left elbow connects with the right knee. Press those palms together. See if you can bring them to your heart center. And then frame the front foot, step back, downward facing dog. Good, let's slide forward, finding a high plank here. We're gonna find some modified upward facing dog. So keeping the toes curled under, let the hips come to a hover, press your heart forward. And then we're just gonna push back up, finding our downward facing dog. And then we'll do that again. Come high up onto the toes. Come forward into plank. Let the hips come to a hover. Press the heart forward. We'll move a little bit quicker as we move through these again. Downward facing dog. Push back. Slide forward. Modified upward facing dog. Hips hover. Heart forward. Down dog. Come forward. Modified down up dog. Push back. Down dog. 2 more times. Come forward. Hover. Heart presses forward. Exhale to down dog. Last time. Shift forward. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. All right. Right leg lifts. Bend it at the knee. Open up the hip. 3-legged dog. Cross and crunch. Right knee taps that left elbow again. Let's do it again. Open up. 3-legged dog. Exhale to cross and crunch. Last time. Opening up. 3-legged dog. Cross and crunch, little tap. Bring the right knee to the center. Gently place the foot between the hands. Again, releasing the back knee to the earth, uncurling the toes. Swim those arms all the way up overhead. Interlace the top. Right hip pulls back, left hip forward. Sink low. Press the top of the back foot into the earth. Finding that engagement and that depth into the left hip flexor. And then hands come to the heart again. Twisting to the right, hook the left elbow. Press, press, press. Spin, really twisting out the core. Unwind back to center, frame the front foot, curl the back toe under, back knee lifts, straighten the front leg. Again, hollowing out the belly, pull that right hip back, left hip forward. Lead with the chin in the chest, bow deeply. Left hand plants, right arm reaches all the way up. Right hand frames the front foot, deep bend into that left knee. Keep that front leg straight. Nice big stretch to the top of the foot. And then we'll shift forward. Left meets the right at the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Big exhale to fold. Come to standing all the way up. Again, let's interlace the hands, shifting the weight into the left foot. Hook the hands around that right knee. Pull it into the chest. Nice big half wind reliever. And then from here, you have the option to do the first variation that we did, or if you feel like you have a little bit more space and depth, you can connect the left hand onto the pinky edge of that right foot and extend the leg forward. It doesn't need to be straight. Right arm reaches behind you. So nice big twist here to the right side of the mat. And then gently
Bringing right knee back into the chest. Keep it at a 90. Hands come to the heart center. Shift forward. Finding that warrior 3 transition into our crescent lunge. Gently, right toes softly come to the earth. Fingertips come all the way up. Deep bend into that left knee. Pull the hands to the heart. Take the twist. Hook that right elbow over the left knee. Press, press, press those palms together. And then frame the front foot. Step back. Downward facing dog. Shifting the weight side to side again. We'll go ahead and let the heels spin to the right. Let the hips drop to the right to a hover. Come back to center and let them drop to the left. Keep going. One more time either side. Nice big twist into the spine. And then back at center, left leg left, bend it at the knee, open up, big 3-legged dog here. Cross and crunch, left knee, right elbow, a little tap. Open up that hip, inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale to crunch. Last time, open up. Exhale, cross and crunch. Knee comes to center. Gently step the foot between the hands. We're letting that back knee come to the earth, finding that Kapotasana again. Swim those arms all the way up, interlace at the top. Again, that right top of the foot presses into the mat as you sink the hips forward and down. Keep reaching the arms up and away. And now the hands come to the heart, taking your twist. Press those palms together. Spin the gaze. Release, frame that front foot, curl the back toe under, lift up the knee, straighten the front leg, bow forward. Hollow out the belly, draw left hip back, really leading with the forehead and the chin towards that top left big toe. And now big deep bend into that right knee, left leg stays straight, keeping those toes onto the earth. Nice big stretch to the top of that left foot. And now we'll propel ourselves to the top of the mat. Inhale halfway, big fold. Come all the way up. Interlace the hands, shift the weight into the right foot. Let's bring that left knee up to a 90. Hug it in close. Nice big compression here. And we're going to take our standing twist here. Option to keep connected with the knee or catch the pinky edge of that left foot. Left hand spins behind you. Good. Come back to center. Hands come to the heart. Gently shifting forward. Let's find our crescent. Left toes softly reach the earth. Arms come all the way up. Hands heart to the heart. Take your twist. Left elbow, right knee. Press, press, press. And now let's frame the front foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Slide forward, finding your high plank. Let's find those modified up dogs again. So letting the hips come to a hover, heart presses forward. This time, instead of pressing back to downward facing dog, we're going to press up into a plank. So really rounding through the spine here. This is a really arched high plank here. So everything's really active. Again, toes are going to stay curled under. Let's let those hips drop and the heart press forward. And then press the heart up, rounding through the spine. Opening up through the shoulder blades. Kneecaps are lifted, quads are engaged. Hips come to a hover. Relax the belly, heart presses forward. And then engaged. Engage, press up. Plank pose. Let's do it 2 more times. Heart forward. Push up. Plank. Upward facing dog. Last time, plank. Good. Press back up. Find your downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Bend it at the knee. Open up the hip. This time I want you to come high up onto the left toes. So lift up the heel. High up onto the right fingertips. And then we'll gently come into wild thing. So right toes slowly come to the earth. Pick the hips up. Look up. Bump the hips up. Nice big rainbow arch with the body. Good. And then right hand's going to come back to the earth. You're going to cross and crunch. Right knee's going to tap that left elbow. And then we're going to open back up, three-legged dog into our wild thing. Good. Let's do that again. Right hand comes to the earth. Nice big cross and crunch. Last time, three-legged dog into wild thing. And then right hand to the earth, cross and crunch. Right knee to center. This time I want you to place the right hand to the outside of that right foot. Let the back knee come to the earth. We're going to find our winged dragon here. So let the right knee fall open. Sole of the right foot comes off the earth. Maybe even that right hand can come to the knee. Press hand into knee, knee into hand. Really finding that resistance here. And as you do that, spin the gaze behind you. Good. Release that right hand from the knee. Crawl it forward to the top of the mat. Bow forward. You can even take a nice big bend to that left arm. Then we're going to inhale. Reach the arm all the way overhead to the back of the mat, towards those back toes. And then again, swim the arm overhead to the very top of the mat, or even past the top of the mat as you bow forward. Let's do that 2 more times. Nice big inhale. Reach back. Come forward. Last time. Big sweep overhead. And back to the top of the mat. Crawl that hand back. Curl the back toe under. Pop up the knee. And heel toe the right foot to the center of the mat. Drop the back heel, so spin it down. Back foot is parallel with the back of the mat. And we're just going to walk all the fingertips to the left edge of the mat. Keep the feet exactly as they are just for a moment here. And then go ahead and pivot the toes, all the toes to the left long edge of the mat. Finding this wide-legged stance here. We're going to walk the hands over to the left side of the mat. Catch either the left calf or ankle and really bow deeply over this left leg. Nose towards the shin. And then we'll crawl the fingertips back to center and then over to the right, taking the same twist variation on this side. Catch anywhere that is comfortable on that right leg. And nose to knee. Folding forward. All right, unwind, pivot the right toes back to the top of the mat, pop up that back heel, and let's just flow this out. So coming forward to the top of the mat, inhale halfway, exhale to fold, reach up, stand tall, gaze follows to the thumbs, fold forward, exhale. Big inhale, halfway lift, plant your hands, step, or you can hop back to plank. Lower down halfway, chaturanga. Uncurl the toes, inhale to your back bend, upward facing dog or cobra. Curl the toes under, down dog. Other side, left leg lifts, bend it at the knee, open up the hip, three-legged dog. Lift up the right heel, so high up onto those right toes. Come to the left fingertips, and then slowly finding your wild thing on this side. Nice big rainbow arc with the hips. Lift up. And then left hand's going to come back to the mat. Cross and crunch. Left knee, right elbow, little tap. Wild thing. Open up. Moving a little bit quicker. We know where we're going here. Hips up. Cross and crunch. Inhale, wild thing. Exhale, cross and crunch. Hold it here. Now that knee comes to center, and then gently step the foot on the outside of that left hand. Let the back knee come to the earth, uncurl the toe, and then we're just going to peel the left foot off the mat. Left hand, so right hand stays planted, left hand's going to come to that knee. You're going to press knee into hand, hand into knee. Flex that left foot to protect the knee as you do that. Find that nice resistance into the hip as you draw that knee towards the hand and the hand towards the knee, and spin the gaze behind you. And then release the hand, walk it forward to the top of the mat, bow deeply. Nice big rainbow arc as you reach that arm overhead to the back of the mat. Let's come forward, swim the arm forward, bow. Inhale, reach all the way up and over. Exhale, fold forward. Last time, reaching all the way up and back. And forward again. Crawl the fingertips back. Heel toe the left foot to the center of the mat. Curl the back toe under, pop up the knee. Drop the back heel. Walk the fingertips over to the right long edge of the mat, keeping the feet exactly as they are in this variation. And now we'll turn all the toes to the right long edge of the mat. This time the left hand's going to catch the right shin or ankle, and that right hand is going to reach to the ceiling. And then switch sides. Right hand catches the left leg, left arm reaches up. And then hands come back to the earth. Pivot the toes to the top of the mat. Let's step forward. Right meets the left at the top of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, big fold. Reach all the way up. Dive forward. Big inhale halfway. Plant your hands, step or hop back. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Push back. Down dog. Let the knees come to the earth. Keep the toes curled under. Stacking the hips over the knees. We'll find some camel pulses here. So keeping really straight and strong through the front of the body. I want you to take a slight tuck of the tailbone. Draw the core in, and then we're just going to tip back and come forward. Tip back and come forward. Tip back and come forward. Let's go ahead and do that 4 more times. Good. All right. Hands come back to a tabletop position. Curl the toes under, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, bend it at the knee, open up the hip. Again, high up onto those left toes. Let's find that wild thing. This time though, I want you to drop the hips to a hover and then reach the right fingertips to the back foot, the bottom of the mat. And then lift back up. Reach the fingertips to the top, and then hips come to a hover. Let's reach to the back of the mat again. Inhale, come all the way up, wild thing. Last time, reaching for the back of the mat. Inhale, come all the way up, wild thing. Right hand plants, step to the outside of that right foot. Back knee comes to the earth. Again, finding that winged dragon. Let the knee fall open. Reach the right arm up and then to the back of the mat. This time I want you to bend through the back knee and catch the back foot. Finding a nice quad stretch here. Let the heart lift and the right ankle stays flexed, protecting that knee. You're finding a nice back bend, quad stretch. You have the option to draw that left foot towards the body if you're feeling a little bit more open. Another option is to let that front forearm come to the earth. We're not here for long. Let go of that back foot gently, letting the foot come back to the earth. Heel to the right foot back to center. Curl the back toe under, pop up the knee. This time we're going to step back, downward facing dog. Right away, other side, left leg lifts, bend it at the knee, 3-legged dog, high up onto those right toes. Finding your wild thing. Reach up, look up. Hips are going to come to a hover as you reach the fingertips to the back of the mat. Inhale, come up, wild thing. Hips up high. Hips low. Come to a hover, reach. Inhale all the way up. Last time, hips come to a hover as you reach to the back of the mat. This time, come up to your wild thing, and then left hand to the earth. Gently step the left foot to the outside. Wing dragon on this side, back knee comes to the earth. Uncurl the toe. Flex that left ankle as you let the sole of the foot come off the earth. Right hand stays planted, left arm reaches all the way up. And then swim it to the back of the mat. Bend through the back knee, catch the foot. And then feel free to draw that foot closer to the body. Another option, bringing that right front forearm to the earth. Nice big deep stretch into the hips, the quads, a little bit into the back bend. Slowly let that back foot come to the earth as you release the hand. Heel toe the foot back to center, curl the back toe, pop up the knee, step back, downward facing dog. And then I want you to come forward into high plank. Let the forearms come to the earth. So fingertips are a direct extension of the elbows. Round through the spine here, heels up high. And then again, just like we did in downward facing dog, we're going to let the heels drop to the right and the hips drop to a hover. And then we'll come back to center. Heels are going to drop to the left and the hips to a hover. So finding these hip dips here, moving a little bit quicker, either side. Let's do this for 20. Ten. And 1. Good. Knees come to the earth. Crawl the fingertips all the way back. We'll stretch out the front of the quads in dancing camel. So left hand comes to the earth. Push the hips up as you sweep that right arm overhead. Right arm is going to sweep down, come to the outside of that right foot. Lift the hips up. Left arm reaches up. And then keep moving with your breath. Hips up. Exhale to switch. And we'll do this 3 times on either side. Last time on this side. And last time on that right side. Cross at the ankles, come to sit on the sit bones, sweep the feet out in front of you. Remove any extra flesh from underneath the sit bones, just finding a seated forward fold here. Toes are flexed, reach the arms overhead. Keeping length through the front body, let's fold forward over the legs. Hands can either catch the shins or the mat on either side. If you've got the depth and space, you can catch the top of the feet or the pinky edges. Using that core, drawing the belly up and in. And then let the head bow. Come all the way up to seated. Draw that left sole of the foot in, so the knee is going to be bent, pointed straight to the ceiling. Wrap that left arm around that leg, and if you can, bind the fingertips behind the back, and then fold forward over that right leg. And if a bind isn't accessible to you, you can just catch your clothing behind your back. And then let's find the same bind on the other side, extending that left leg long. Right sole of the foot comes close to the groin, wrapping that right arm around and connecting behind the back as you bow forward. come all the way up. Last little move here. We're going to cross at the ankles, coming into wide knee child's pose. So toes are together, knees are wide. Walk the fingertips over to the left side of the mat, and then I want you to cross that right arm underneath and coming to rest onto that right shoulder. Left hand can stay where it is, or feel free to wrap it around the back of the body. And then we'll come all the way up. And then let's walk our hands over to the right side. Left arm's gonna scooch under, and we're gonna let the left cheek come to the earth. And again, that right arm wants to come behind the body for a little deeper stretch. The poses that we did today, we worked with the energy lines of the body, specifically the stomach and the spleen, really important organs for our digestion and detoxification, and as well as other meridian lines to help support that. And then we will unwind and come back to center. If you'd like to take a shavasana to close out your practice, feel free to take that extra time on your mat. Otherwise, until next time, namaste.